guys, and welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So today's tarot reading is for the zodiac sign of Cancer, and Cancer, this is your reading for January, so it's your monthly reading. And Cancerians, what I'm seeing in these cards for potentially for you guys during January 2015 is someone who really wants to change a situation. Potentially for some of you guys, you might be feeling a little bit kind of bound to a situation, and for some of you guys it might be a case of that you're finding it hard to kind of turn that around, but you will be turning it around, okay? Because there is a lot of happiness here. There is a little bit of feeling constrained, feeling that you have to adhere to a certain set of rules and really wanting to break out of that, okay? But I see it all being good in January. So at the beginning of January, I see that you guys are feeling, for some of you guys, you're feeling slightly trapped in a situation, but there is a situation that potentially comes in and kind of liberates that with you, okay? Liberates you from that, sorry. I'll show you the first two cards. We've got the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Wands, okay? Now, the Eight of Swords is a card all about feeling bound. We can feel bound within our fears, we can feel bound within a situation, we can feel bound within a certain set of people or group of people. Whatever the situation is with some of you guys, I think January starts out with you still feeling a certain emotion, potentially that some of you guys have been feeling since 2014. And that is feeling kind of trapped in something, feeling kind of like, how do I get out of this, okay? But I want you to know that if some of you guys resonate with this, there is an opening coming up for you. And this opening is with the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands is all about having a solution to a problem. So it's about a new beginning. Because it's a wand suit, it's about energy, as I've said, action, and also career stroke work. And this card is really saying, you're not trapped, okay? If you've got an idea, or if you've got a feeling that you want to change something, then you're going to have to act on it in order to bring that change around. So this is all more or less to do with your own actions, okay? Because this card coupled with the Eight of Swords is saying that you're not trapped, okay? Somebody's handing you a wand. The universe is handing you a wand. The universe is inspiring you to act on those ideas. I always think that the hand out of the clouds is always the universe offering us stuff, okay? You only need to see it. So if any of you guys are feeling trapped or bound in anything at the start of January and you're still thinking, I really don't want to go back to that job I don't like, or, you know, I really don't want to stay in this relationship, or I really want to move out of home because it just feels too restrictive to me. It's saying here that it's only you that can take that action. If you've got ideas, if you've got, you know, if you're thinking about ways that you can do stuff, you need to be acting on it. Now, I'm not saying that everything's going to be kind of like done and dealt with in January, but the energy of freedom is there for you in January. It's a new year, it's a new beginning, and this is a card all about new beginnings. So there's a new beginning on the cards for you guys, but you need to take the action in order to free yourself from this bondage, okay? And then this was followed up with, very interestingly, with the Hierophant and the High Priestess. And the Hierophant card is all about tradition, okay, and conservatism, and really keeping within the confines of conservative structures, okay? So having to adhere to the way that people do things, to the traditional way of things being done, to how things have always been done, and really not standing, you know, going out of those constraints, okay? So it's really about structure. This is also a card about religion and those types of things, and moreover, the overall theme of the Hierophant is being kind of constrained within something, within a certain set of rules, within a certain set of way of doing things. And this isn't really a card about the wild card. Do you see what I mean? It's not a card about the maverick. This is someone who would adhere to a certain set of rules, a certain way of doing things. And I certainly think that this backed up what I was thinking with the Eight of Swords, in that some of you guys are potentially feeling trapped within a certain structure. You know, you're thinking, how do I move out of this structure when things have always been done this way, or where people are telling me that I've got to do stuff this way because it's the accepted route, because it's the way that things have always been done, and I can't really rock that boat. I can't really, you know, move out of what is tried and tested. You know, people are telling me the tried and tested way of doing something or being a way, a certain way, is the best way, but I don't want to do it that way. I want to move out of that. And really what this High Priestess is saying, it's saying to use your intuition, to use your inner guidance system. Listen to the inner voice in your ear, okay? Because you don't need to be trapped in something. You need to listen to your inner voice. And if your inner voice is saying to you, I can do something, or I really, really want to move out of this, and you've got to pay attention to it and you've got to act on it. Again, to me, the inner voice is the same as the Ace of Wands. It's about taking the action. It's about listening to your gut feeling about something. It's about, whilst this card is about listening to your inner voice and your intuition, this card is about acting on those things. Okay? So these cards are saying that if you're feeling constrained in something, trapped, bound to something, I think potentially some sort of structure or some sort of way of life, or maybe within a relationship that you want to get out of, or a job that makes you feel too constricted, too restricted, then the cards are really saying to you, you got to listen to your inner voice. And if your inner voice is saying that you need to take action, then you need to be taking the action with the Ace of Wands. If you've got ideas of how you want to change things around for yourself within January, you've really got to sort of implement those things and put them into action for yourself. And then we had the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. And the Ace of Cups is all about new love coming in. It's a gift of love, falling in love with someone, or someone falling in love with you. And the Queen of Pentacles is a really kind of, I suppose, reliable and loyal, realistic person, practical person. She's very nurturing, she's very sweet, she'll do anything for her clan, she'll help anybody else. So it could be, for some of you guys, that you actually do meet someone within January who represents these energies of being reliable and being loyal and being on your side. So it could be that for some of you guys, you're in a situation that you're feeling really restricted within, that you're feeling doesn't serve who you truly are as a person. And it could be that you actually meet someone, or you've actually got someone around you that provides you with that, reliability and that loyalty. Because it could be that within the situation some of you guys have found yourself in, I think this is something potentially that's been going on since 2014 or before, a situation that you guys are in that doesn't really benefit you, that is making you feel restricted and making you feel like, I can't be who I truly want to be. And that's what this is about. You want to be something else, but someone's telling you, or something's telling you, you've got to be something else. And for some of you guys who are saying, I don't want to be this particular person, I'm not that person, I'm this person, but I'm feeling that I have to be this person because this is what rules and regulations and people who have conservative ideas are telling me to be. And it could be that you've got someone on your side, someone who understands you, someone who is giving you the gift of, you know, understanding of love. It doesn't have to be a love relationship that comes in for you. It could be a love relationship with someone who's quite reliable and loyal and nurturing and sweet and kind, who has all of these energies of the Queen of Pentacles. But it could be also be someone who supports you, and someone who understands you, and someone who understands where you're coming from. We then have the final cards being the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Swords. And the Nine of Cups is really a wish fulfillment card. It's about wishes coming true. So I really believe that whatever situation you guys, some of you guys are finding yourself in January, where there is this sense of being restricted and constricted and kind of like bound into a certain way of being, even though that's not you, even though it's not reflective of who you are as a person, this card is really saying there is happiness there for you. But there is only happiness if you can pay attention to these cards, the High Priestess and the Ace of Wands. If you pay attention to those, pay attention to your inner voice. Act on ideas. Take action. Okay? Take action. You don't need to stay trapped and bound up with a certain way of doing something. It's a new year, it's a new you. There's happiness there for you. There's wishes fulfilled. Some of you guys, you may be coming out of that. The energy may be there for you to come out of that. You might start taking that action, and there's a lot of happiness there for you. There's social gatherings. This also talks about new friends coming in. So the new friend could potentially be the Queen of Pentacles. Okay? Someone who supports you, someone who understands you, someone who gets you. Okay? And then we've got the Ten of Swords. And this is really a card about enlightenment. When you're pinned to the ground, the only way that you can do, anything that you can do is get up. So this being pinned to the ground really ties in with your Eight of Swords and also your Hierophant, being pinned to something, having to stay within the confines of something. But because this is joined up with this one, this is about getting up and feeling a sense of enlightenment. This is also about darkest before the dawn, yeah? This is also a card about new beginnings, changes, a turnaround in your life, a turnaround in who you are. You were pinned to the ground, but you're going to get up. There's a bright star there for you. There's brightness, there's light there. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Okay? You've been pinned for so long, but you're no longer being pinned now. You can get up from that. It's a time of enlightenment for you. A time of change. This is a card of change. It's like the death card in a way. It's a time of change for you. So I really think that changes are coming in for you. But that's really dependent on whether you take the action to make those changes a realisation in January. If you're feeling constrained, if you're feeling restricted, if you're feeling that a certain way of life or a certain way of doing things, whether that's in the workplace, whether that's your family, whether that's your love relationship, whatever it is that's making you feel like you have to stay within a particular type of structure and it's making you feel entrapped and bound and you're fearful to move out of it, it's all about using your intuition. Listen to that inner voice, because that inner voice is trying to tell you something. That inner voice is the universe speaking to you. Take action. You've got to take action because no one else is going to do it for you. Genie out of a bottle's not going to come and do it for you. You've got to do it for yourself. When you take the action, all sorts of wonderful things are coming in. You've got supporters there. You've got someone who supports you. You've got the gift of love. You've got someone offering something to you. Support, friendship, love. There's happiness there, real happiness. Wishes being fulfilled. Darkest before the dawn, enlightenment. A new path. A change around of your circumstances. The death of something old into something new. So Cancer, really the message I think for January is it's a new year. It's a new year. If you're feeling trapped in something, bound up by something, confined, if it's something that's not allowing you to express who you truly are, it's about time that you took action on it. Because you only live once. So take action on it. If you want to be happy, if you want to realise happiness, then that action's got to come from you. Because you're not trapped, you're not bound in anything. It's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. You only have to listen to that inner voice and pay attention to your dreams and your desires and put those desires into action. Simple as that. So Cancer, that's your reading for the January 2015, and thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you on the next reading, which will be your February 2015 reading, and I'm going to be putting those up very, very, very soon because I realise I've been late with these readings. So yeah, they're going to be following very soon in January, maybe in the next few days or so. So you look forward to that. So I'll see you guys on that reading, and take care.